Now everyone's going to join us because they couldn't watch the live stream. All right. I think our live stream's running. Okay, also have Brett Healy joining us. Let me let that person in. Yep, they all joined us. Well, good morning, everybody. Before we get started, this is Mike Newmark with the PSC, and we're just gearing up for the Strategic Energy Assessment hearing. We have a few people joined us. Just so you know, the live stream is running. Just had a little delay getting that started, so I'm wondering, could be that you're just couldn't get to the live stream, you want to observe. But otherwise, let me just get people checked in, people who are in here. So we have Renee Colbert from Dairyland, and also Andy Bem from Wisconsin Power and Light. Brett Healy's also joined us. Can you just let me know if you're affiliated with a utility, Brett? And we're getting a response there. So, and just to let me know, Andy, are you going to be making a comment live or just listening in?
I don't have a comment. I was looking for the live stream and didn't find it, so I joined the Zoom.
Yep. I had a feel like people were going to start doing that, but yeah, live stream's going. But just feel free to stay on or drop out. It's up to you. No worries.
Thanks.
All right, so we'll get started. We're going to get on the record. So good morning, everybody. This is Docket 5ES112, the Strategic Energy Assessment for January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2030. My name is Michael Newmark, Administrative Law Judge for the PSC. This is a public hearing that we're holding on the draft SEA, and staff will explain a little bit about that in just a minute here, and also the process that's involved going forward. Did want to mention, according to our notice of hearing, we're accepting comments on the draft up until September 26th. That'll be either through US mail or the Commission's website, the EARTH system, or for utilities, and the public may comment online on our public comment website. More people joining us here.
Judge, I'm not seeing the live stream on YouTube, but it may be there. I'm not looking in the right place.
Okay. Hang on, let's go off the record. Yeah, I think, I don't know if you're looking at the
I'll go to the events calendar.
should be on the hearing channel. I don't know if it's that one. Okay.
Yes, I see it, Judge.
Okay. I can't find it now, but if you see it, then it's good. All right, so we do have another person connected with us.
Are you still off?
Oh, no, no, we can do this. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Looks like Juan, Juan, am I pronouncing that correctly? Just curious if you, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here. I can hear you. I tried to call into the YouTube channel, but
Yes.
It doesn't work. So that's the reason I call in here.
That's fine. So you just want to observe?
That's correct.
Okay, that's fine. All right, no problems. Yeah, it's running now, but you can feel free to stay on here just in case.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's get back on the record. So according to our process, we already explained the comments. Process for the draft. Also, we can accept public comments made here live at the hearing, although I'm not expecting anyone who's currently connected doesn't seem to wish to make a comment now. but feel free to, I'll poll the group here at the end of the hearing, making sure if anyone else wants to add something. Otherwise, just send in your written comments. And with no further ado, staff does have a statement with respect to the draft SEA. So I'll turn it over to Sophia. Did you want to introduce the witness? Okay, so I'll turn over to Sophia Rogers, attorney for the PSC.
Jenny has a hyphenated last name that I want to make sure to pronounce correctly.
That's fine. That's why I'm asking you to do it.
Commission staff calls Jennifer Heaton Amrine, I'm sorry, to the stand.
Right. Good morning. I'm Jennifer Heaton.
So let me swear you in.
Oh, sorry.
Do you swear or affirm? Tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. Go ahead.
Good morning. I'm Jennifer Heaton Amrine, and I'm a policy advisor with the commission and the case coordinator for the Strategic Energy Assessment, or SEA. I'll provide a brief overview of the key findings from the draft report that the commission authorized for public comment in June. The SEA assesses Wisconsin electric system in the context of 4 primary goals maintained by the commission and by electric providers. 1, adequate electric supply that maintains enough total power to meet customer demand. 2, reliable electric supply that provides consistent services and avoid outages. 3, affordable electric service that offers adequate and reliable electricity at the lowest feasible cost for customers. And 4, environmentally responsible services that minimize the negative effects of electric generation on the environment. To provide adequate service, Wisconsin electric providers must be able to meet customer demand during peak periods when demand levels are highest. Much of the information provided in this draft SEA was provided by Wisconsin's generating electric utilities in November 2023, based on a September 2023 data request. In July 2024, we requested updated data schedules from these electricity providers. The draft SEA will be revised, and the final SEA released this fall will include the updated forecasts, any needed corrections, and any changes made in response to public comments. Based on the data collected for this report in November 2023, providers projected a decrease in peak demand of 5% between 2023 and 2024, and relatively flat demand through 2030. Wisconsin providers confirmed that they have sufficient electric generation capacity to meet these peak demand levels. While providers projected flat demand growth between 2025 and 2030, the provisions of the Federal Inflation Reduction Act and the addition of new and expanding customer loads, such as data centers and transportation electrification, could place upward pressure on Wisconsin's energy demands within this timeframe. We have requested additional information from utilities on their demand and supply forecasts, and will include those updates in the final SEA this fall. Reliability information reported to the commission found that in 2022, the average customer of the state's 5 largest utilities experienced less than 1 outage per year, with an average duration of approximately 3 hours and 34 minutes. The mix of generation sources used to meet customer demand has been evolving in recent years. Energy produced by coal continues to decrease, while the share of energy produced by natural gas and renewable resources has increased. Continued changes to the generation mix away from coal and towards additional renewable resources and natural gas are projected to continue throughout the SEA's analysis period, which runs to 2030. The generation mix will be updated in the final SEA based on the utility's updated submissions. Wisconsin electric providers reported plans to retire 3,100 megawatts of capacity, including 2,800 megawatts associated with retirement of 3 of the 7 utility-scale coal facilities currently operating in Wisconsin. Providers also reported plans to add 6,000 megawatts of solar energy, along with 3,400 megawatts of natural gas, 1,600 megawatts of wind, and 1,000 megawatts of new energy storage capacity. One factor in the energy transition has been efforts to pursue environmental responsibilities through reductions of carbon dioxide, or CO2 emissions. Governor Evers and each of Wisconsin's 5 largest electric providers have established goals to achieve 100% reductions in CO2 emissions from electricity production by 2050. Providers reported CO2 emission reductions of 41% in 2022, which would increase to nearly 80% by 2030 if all reductions are implemented as planned. Commission staff conducted independent capacity expansion modeling under multiple future scenarios. In scenarios that assumed limited future CO2 emission reductions, the model predominantly selected natural gas resources to meet future needs due to the model's view of the reliability and adequacy advantages of natural gas. By contrast, scenarios that assumed more aggressive CO2 reductions selected a larger share of renewable resources at levels more consistent with the solar and storage-focused additions that are planned by providers. Modeling also indicated that achieving complete emissions reductions by 2050 could be achieved, but would require building more renewable facilities than needed to achieve adequacy at correspondingly higher costs in order to maintain reliability throughout the year. The modeling also requires a dependence on unspecified flex resources to achieve those reductions. These planning considerations may change if cost profiles of existing technologies change or if future technological developments support the emergence of other cost-competitive generation options. This SEA collected information on the demand response programs used by providers to reduce energy demand during peak periods. While total demand response capacity has equaled 6 to 7% of total capacity in recent years, only a limited fraction was dispatched. Wisconsin had more than 17,800 customer-owned renewable generation installations operating in 2023, with capacity equal to nearly 2% of statewide capacity. Customer-owned solar installations account for the majority of recent growth. Solar installations increased nearly 40% between 2021 and 2023. Wisconsin participates in the Mid-Continent Independent System Operators, or MISO's, regional transmission system, which operates an integrated electric grid across 15 states. Transmission expenses include costs associated with the development and implementation of a portfolio of large-scale projects under MISO's multi-value project portfolio. MISO is currently in the process of developing a second portfolio of large-scale projects under the Long Range Transmission Planning, or LRTP, initiative. The final SEA will be updated to reflect any transmission planning developments. The Commission uses its regulatory authority over customer rates to support affordable electric supply. Total revenue requirements for Wisconsin's largest electric providers increased 1.01% annually between 2013 and 2022, associated with continuing investments in generation resources and distribution infrastructure. National data shows that Wisconsin residential customers are charged higher average rates than Midwest or national averages, but also pay significantly less in their average monthly bills due to lower average levels of energy use. Low and moderate income residential customers often face challenges in paying their utility bills due to a higher energy burden under which they must pay a larger percentage of their total income for service. Initial utility annual report filings in 2021 related to energy burden affirmed that energy burden varied throughout geographic regions of the state and provided useful baseline information. Further information on energy burden is being collected, and Commission staff are working with utilities and stakeholders on exploring options to reduce energy burden and improve affordability for those most impacted. We are preparing the final version of the SEA for release this fall. We will be reviewing the utilities' updated data schedules to update the draft SEA to address some of the items I've already mentioned in this summary. We will also review and consider changes to the draft SEA based on the feedback we receive in this hearing and in the written comments we receive before the comment deadline on September 26th. That concludes my comments. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. All right, so that's the staff's a summary of the draft SEA. Now we'll have an opportunity for the public to comment. Like I mentioned, we do have 3 people connected from the public. So this is an opportunity for anyone or all of you to make a statement live. That would be in addition to any written comment. No restrictions there as to which way you need to comment. So does anyone want to make a comment now at the hearing? All right, so hearing nobody, we'll close the session in just a minute here. Let me just return to our screen share and review the schedule here. So just want to make sure people understand written comments due Thursday, September 26th, either through the Earth System public comment website, depending on your form of representation, and in writing by US mail. So they all need to be in by September 26th. Otherwise, so we'll look forward to getting your comments and for the final SEA to be produced. At this point, we'll adjourn. Thanks very much, everyone, for participating, and take care.
Am I able to